Hey y'all, I am in Walhalla, South Carolina, and today I'm going to be filming corruption being perpetrated by our city law enforcement, our county law enforcement, the extreme lack thereof of the implementation of habeas corpus. We're going to expose the many laws that our county and city law enforcement and government are guilty of breaking. We're supposed to be a nation founded on godly principles, and in the Bible, it was actually in one of Paul's letters in the New Testament. He stated that if in one area you have broken the law, or you have not kept the law, you are guilty of breaking the entire law. Now let me break that down for some people. Say you've got a bicycle and when you got that bicycle, nothing was broken. It pedaled perfectly, shifted gears, had no brake issues, but along the line, let's say you broke a brake handle, or broke one of the reflectors off of your tires. No, it may not be completely broken. Yes, it may still be functioning, and you may be able to still ride that bicycle. That bicycle may be able to still perform, but in all actuality, it's broken. One area, that brake handle or that reflector, one little spot, causes that new damage-free bicycle to not be whole anymore. Therefore, it's broken. I'm making this video because I am sick of seeing the police enforce only the laws that they want to, or singling out previous offenders who have been taken into custody recently by certain officers and are continuing to be harassed. I see it time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. Police in Oconee County, whether they be Walhalla City Police or Oconee County deputies, only enforcing the laws that they want. Time and time again, and I'm sure those viewing this can say that at one point or another they've witnessed the same thing. Police will be handling something, dealing with an individual, and another law gets broken, or let's say, since this is more to standard with the local police of Oconee County, Walhalla, Westminster, Seneca. Not sure if Tomasi Salem has a police department, but if they do, this goes for them too. We're sick of the police part-timing their duties. Only enforcing the law if they see someone that they've dealt with and they say, hey, you know what? Let's go see what they're doing. And they approach you with this front stating that it is a voluntary contact, that they just wanted to pull up to see if so-and-so is okay. When before a lot of people in this town, in this county, before a lot of these people got in trouble, guess what? These police didn't give them the time of day. They weren't pulling up so-called concerned about their well-being. They didn't give a fuck. They rode on, could care less about the community that they took an oath to protect. I think it was 2 summers ago, if I'm not mistaken. Time flies by so quickly. But don't quote me on this. Yeah, it was 2 summers ago. It was summer of 2020. We had a demonstration at the Confederate Monument in Walhalla, South Carolina. We had this little clueless shepherd-led sheep who was just completely oblivious to the information concerning any sort of education when it come to knowing the meaning of the Confederate flag, the significance of the war between the states, the Civil War, the war between the North and the South. There's so many different ideologies, or call it what you want, but we live in a civilization, not only in the United States, but worldwide, that if you try to if you're pro-white, you're a racist. If you have any conservative views whatsoever, you could be a registered Democrat and have a conservative view and be labeled racist. It's 2022. 2022, people. And we live in a society where social media has got the few who have allowed themselves to be brainwashed into believing that the main issue surrounding our country, surrounding the world, is racism. When they are so far from the truth, it's sickening. If you believe that every American has the right to keep and bear arms, if you believe in any sort of gun rights, if you are anti-vaccine, anti-psychotropic drug, anti-anything, you're labeled either a racist, an extremist, or a criminal. Now, I want people to understand, I'm not well, I wouldn't even say that. I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-modern day so-called wannabe police who drive around all night, wasting taxpayers' dollars, filling up their police cruisers, this is the knee slapper. They're driving around searching for unmarked locations for dumpster divers. The police are more concerned about people dumpster diving than they are the people selling dangerous drugs, molesting children, guilty of numerous crimes committed. Oh no, they'd rather keep their ever watching eyes on our endangered dumpsters. Trash containers, public trash dispensaries. That's what our local police are more focused on. Our local police aren't worried about the real crime going on in this community. They'd rather flaunt themselves and try to fool the community into thinking that they're actually performing their jobs. My grandfather was a deputy for Oconee County for 36 years. My fourth cousin, Howard Bentley, was a state trooper for the state of South Carolina. These are men who took their jobs seriously. These police shouldn't wear the badge. They are a disgrace to the badge. They're a disgrace to law enforcement as a whole. If you want to know the definition of some of the police not taking their job seriously, if you want to get down to it, here's the definition of police brutality. The police of Walhalla, South Carolina, and Oconee County as a whole, taking the oath and not only brutalizing it, but bastardizing it, and spending unnecessary taxpayers' dollars, making the community think that we actually have law enforcement. No, we do not. Law enforcement, does anyone know what a police officer's job is? There's a few common sense statements in the title police officer, law enforcement. We've heard people make the comment, "Oh, I don't make the law, I just enforce it." If you've ever been taken into custody, arrested, and you try to contest what you're being arrested for, 9 times out of 10, you're going to hear, "I don't make the law, I just enforce it." No, they don't. The police of Oconee County, that city and county, can tell people that they enforce the law all they want. If you're dumb enough to believe that, then I hope you do some serious soul searching. But it's right in front of everyone. Yeah, we have some okay police officers. The old ones who took the job seriously, you tell me, okay, if the law was being enforced, if the police were taking their job seriously, let's take, and this is not to pick on the Hispanic community, and not just the Hispanic community, but any citizen of the United States who are here without visa. If you are a police officer and you either respond, have to make contact, or encounter a citizen with an illegal status concerning their citizenship, do you know what their duty as a police officer is to perform if they encounter a citizen with an illegal citizenship? Said individual is supposed to be taken into custody, held on visa or citizenship violations. Your local federal citizenship bureau is supposed to be contacted, and a representative from the Federal Bureau of Immigration Enforcement is supposed to respond to the local law enforcement center where the individual who is being held for visa violations, they are supposed to take the individual into custody, taking them back to a federal facility. But guess what? It's not happening. You tell me how an illegal immigrant of the United States is able to drive their vehicle with no license, be stopped by a police officer, their license status recognized, and the individual is allowed to drive away. It's time for people to wake up. Because another thing that we hear constantly is, it couldn't happen in my neighborhood. It's happening right before our very eyes. And the law enforcement officials who we have entrusted to enforce the law are not enforcing the law. They're only enforcing laws that they want to. Honestly, it sounds like a pride thing. Purpose of this vlog, this video tantrum is so I can say this. If we don't rise up and demand that law be enforced completely, and that the jobs be taken seriously, we're already in trouble as not only a country, but as an entire civilization. We're going to be in even more trouble. I'm a National Guard veteran. I served with the 263rd Air Defense Artillery Unit from Anderson, South Carolina, headquartered with the 1262nd Quartermaster Regiment, Fort Lee, Virginia, from 2009 to 2013. But that's a different story. If you'd like to know some of the things that we trained to do, tune in to my next blog. This is Info John with Distressed Freedom. Until next time.